Hi, this is Keary with Keary Concealed and the Active Self-Protection Extra channel. And today I'd like to talk to you about in-ear electronic ear protection.
This is not a paid endorsement, but I am a brand ambassador for Heckler and Koch for a reason. HK firearms are incredibly high quality, and when it's time to step up out of the entry tier, they're the only ones I recommend. You carry a gun just in case. Shouldn't it be an HK just in case?
All right, welcome back. Well, in one of these videos, I'm going to do two videos, one on over-ear ear protection that's electronic, and then this video that's on in-ear electronic ear protection. And I have a smorgasbord of in-ear and over-ear electronic ear protection, primarily because I was trying to find what would be best for me and what would work best for me, but also because I want my students to be able to try them. So all of these that I'm going to show you today, I bought for me, and I've been happy with some and very disappointed with others. So we'll start with the least expensive of the ones I'm going to show you today, and these are the Walker Silencer digital earbuds, and they retail for about $100. My comfort rating on these on a scale of 1 to 10 is about a negative, I'll just say negative 20. They have all kinds of different wings that you can put on them that will make them, are supposed to make them more comfortable. For me, that's not what makes them uncomfortable. It's not the external ear, it's the sound and the volume. They seem to not reduce the sounds I want them to reduce, and they don't amplify the sounds I need them to amplify, like people's voices. And they sound very tinny to me. So I've tried these. I only tried them for 2 classes, and I couldn't even make it through a morning with at either one when I was the student. They were just miserable. So anyway, if you have them and you like them, please tell us why you like them, and give me some hints for how I might be able to like them better and help my students learn about them. The next ones that we're going to talk about are the Axle GS Extreme, and I haven't had these for that long. I had some friends who had these and recommended I try them, and I have to say these are actually quite comfortable for in-ear protection. These sell for around, I had that written down here for everyone to know, and for me to tell you. Okay, these are about $150, and they're rechargeable. They have a rechargeable battery. The ones I just showed you, the Walker Silencer digital earbuds, those take a hearing aid battery, and it's not that easy to change the batteries in those either. But these are rechargeable, and I find them to be very comfortable. One of the things that's important that we talk about when we're talking about in-ear electronic ear protection are the tips. Finding the foam tips that will work best for you has been the key for me into making these work so that I get the best protection. I was going to mention something about the different tips. I like them to fit as snugly as possible, but having external pressure inside my ear canal can be uncomfortable too. So you do have to find the right size that works for you. But I have a whole box of different ear tips and wings and that sort of thing that I've tried, all kinds. I've tried rubber tips and foam tips. Originally I found pretty good success with these. I think these are called skull screws by Peltor, I think maybe. And those were okay. I had to actually cut them because they were so long they wouldn't work for me. But the ones that work the best for me are I'm going to read the name here just in case you want to try them. They're the Comply, C-O-M-P-L-Y, Professional Noise Isolating Earphone Replacement Tips. And they come in 3 different sizes. There's red, green, and blue. And blue is the largest, and I jokingly say I have the largest ear canals issued to humans. And I don't know why they're so big, but all the better to hear people with, I guess, right? But anyway, these you can replace on most of them. The one thing I'm not real pleased about with the Axle is their size is I guess a proprietary size. So none of the replacement tips that I have will actually fit these except the ones that come with them. And so that's been a little bit limiting. But these have worked okay. The largest of the ones they come with have worked okay. I haven't used these a ton. I know some people who have. These are kind of a backup pair for me. But you just pop this off to recharge them, and I'm able to get an entire day's worth out of them. I don't like the rope around my neck. It just gets in the way with my hair and that sort of thing. But I do like that they're labeled left and right, so I know easily which ear to put them in. So those are the Axle GS Extreme. The next ones we're going to talk about are the Peltor EEP-100, and there's a bunch of different types of these. But I like these. These are my the very first electronic in-ear I bought were these, and these have worked really well for me. They I use the comply tips on them that I just mentioned. The blue size is the size I need. And they have a the case is rechargeable, and the case charges them. So at the end of the day, I just put them in the case, and then they'll charge up by, it doesn't take long at all, by morning for sure, but before the morning of the next day's class. And then I think it's a micro USB you use just to plug in the entire case and charge it. But I've gotten 3 days out of a charge in a case, and these have worked really well for me. So I very much appreciate these. And those were the Peltor EEP-100s. The next ones we'll talk about are my absolute favorites, and these are the Walker Game Ear Silencer. I absolutely love these. I notice I have the comply tips on them because that's what works best for me. And then I also have these little foam wind screens. You can buy them in sheets like this. I think they're made by Peltor, and it's just a sticker that sticks around the hole that's the microphone, and it reduces wind noise. So I really like these. The thing that makes me so sad about these, I would have used these forever and not gotten anything new, but they have come apart. And so anyway, they're getting worse and worse as days go by, it seems like, which is really sad. I so badly wanted another pair of these. These were about $170. The case is also rechargeable on these, just like the Peltors. These are the Silencer R600s, I guess. Walker Silencer R600. Now, they make a new version of these, which I got to try, but I don't like the new version at all. The new version comes with an app, and you can, set sound levels and that sort of thing in the app. But I like just how easy these are. I like that there's actual tactile buttons that you move to turn them up and down and turn them off and on. My problem with these is you'd think they'd be the same, but they're not. They're actually very different. And I'll show you how they're very different. So these are the new ones. These are the Bluetooth compatible ones they have. These are the Walker Silencer BT200, and these are right $180 to $200. If you want to find a pair of the old ones, I saw some on eBay that were $500 for a pair of the old ones. And I asked at SHOT Show this year, I didn't beg, but just about begged the Walker guys if they could possibly find any of these in their warehouse. I would buy them from them, even if they were used, because I liked these so much. I think that was even on that was on range day of SHOT Show, but then something happened the next day at SHOT Show that I'll tell you about in a minute that kind of changed. I'm not as desperate for these anymore. But anyway, the difference is with these also accept the comply tip, which is nice, but the problem is that they're a touch pad to turn them off and on. So you either drag your hand, I can't remember now if it's up or down, and then you brush it one way or the other to get the volume to go up or down. The problem with these, for me, is they used to have a Walker logo on them here, but with my hair, if it would get wet, like a little bit sweaty, or even if the wind would blow it, my hair would adjust these and turn them off and on, or adjust the volume while I'm shooting. And it was just a real pain in the neck. So I know some people like these, and that's great. Some people like all these, and that's terrific. I'm just letting you know my experience with them. But anyway, so these would be fine for me, if I didn't have hair that would touch them. I even had the coat up one day, and the coat brushed up against this and adjusted the volume. So anyway, these ones are Bluetooth compatible. All right, the next ones I'll talk to you about are these ones are the Axle XCR, and these were spendy. I think they were around around $300, I guess. I didn't pay quite that much for them because they had a sale if you bought two together, so I bought these two together to try them, and you got $50 off. So anyway, I think I paid around $250 for them. I thought these were going to be perfect for me. There's a couple things that aren't perfect about them, but primarily it's the sound. It's kind of like the Walker 100s, the first ones I mentioned. These amplify things I don't want amplified, and the voices, it's very difficult to hear, especially at the indoor range. And that might be one of my problems with finding something that works for me, is because I teach primarily out of an indoor range. These are a little bit harder to get in and out of the case as well. I think there's a magnet in there. There we go. So that just drives me nuts trying to get them in and out. But the other thing that's tough about these is like I mentioned on the other axles, is the size of the where the foam tip goes seems to be proprietary, and I'm not able to get the the ones I like to work. But even if I did, I'd have to pop these off every time to be able to get these to fit in the case, because there's not enough depth in the case to charge them. So these have been very disappointing for me and the way I use them. If you have them and you love them, that's awesome. That's what's kind of cool about having all these options, though, is we all have different needs and we're all different people, and so we can find what works well for us. But the ones I'm most excited about now, so I'm not as desperate to get my Walker R600s, or to keep these working. And just so you know, I've used these since 2020 for the walkers, for every class I've taken and anytime I've been teaching. So actually, that's not true. Sorry, since 2021, because in 2020 I was using the Peltors, and then I switched to the Walker silencers, R600s. But they just fit my ear really, really well. But these ones are the Westone's Digital X, and these are the Defend ears, and they are custom ear protection. And well, custom ear protection is, I honestly thought I would never be able to afford something like that. I had heard that they were around, between $3,000 and $5,000, and that's not something that I, could afford to do. But when we were at SHOT this year, the folks from Westone mentioned these, and I really, really wanted to give them a try. There's a lot of things I like about these, but the fact that they're custom changes everything for me, because I don't have a regular shaped ear canal. Maybe nobody does, I don't know. But these fill that because they're custom made. So at the show, they were able to make, put the foam or whatever the stuff is in your ear and let it expand and make the molds of your ear. And then they come with these little monitors that have that contains the battery and the volume settings and that sort of thing. But the neat thing is you can just pop these off of the custom ear protection. They even put your name on it for you if you want them to, and label them right and left. But this is the brains of the whole thing right here. It's this tiny little thing. And they have 3 different types of these. They have the X1, X3, and X5, and they all do different things. These are the X3s, and I'll tell you a little bit more about these in another video, and we'll actually try these out head-to-head with my old favorite in-ear protection, the Walker Silencer R600s. So we'll do that in another video, but so far I've been so pleased with these. I just never expected to have in-ear protection that's so comfortable. I like to be able to put my ear protection in the morning when I get to the range, and then not worry about it or take it off the rest of the day, because I set it down or put it in my pocket and then end up not finding them. One thing about the foam ear tips that I find is I usually have to get the foam tips warm enough so they'll compress enough to work well in my ear. With these, I don't have to do that at all because they're custom fit. There's nothing that needs to be compressed or anything like that. So I'm really excited about these. I'll tell you a little bit more about them, but it's just neat that there's a company that's making affordable in-ear protection that's electronic, that's custom made. So I'll tell you a little bit more about these and let you know what I think of them. So I hope there's been some help here. For me, the key is finding the right tip that's best for you, for me. Usually every single one of these came with 3 to 5 different types of foam, of replacement foams to get the right size. So that's how important the size is. So anyway, I hope this has been helpful for you. This has been a long one. Sorry about that. And I look forward next time to showing you what I like about the Westone custom ears. Okay, thanks.